I don't know what to say, to be honest. I really do not know what to say. I am lost for words. Which begs the question, why the am I doing a YouTube video? But, yeah, no, to be honest, I'm really just not in the spirits for this. I really can't lie. Yeah, Chelsea have just lost 2-0 at home to Unai Emery's Aston Villa. To put us into the bottom half of the table, we are now 11th with 38 points. Fulham now on 39 ahead of us. We've played the same amount of games. We've also played the same amount of games as Aston Villa, who are on 41 points. And we're 2 points off the 40-point mark still to survive, so we're not 100% safe yet from relegation. And I'm being deadly serious when I say that. Because, yeah, we can spend all the money in the world, but it's not going to get you a high place in the league. Well, fucking evidently. And you know what? I'm just gonna say how I feel in this video. I'm not gonna go on and, like other Chelsea fans will do, and just talk shit about Graham Potter for the sake of talking shit about him, because I actually feel sorry for the guy. I really feel sorry for the guy at this stage. I mean, anyone with 2 brain cells that watched that game today, well, I say anyone with 2 brain cells, anyone with 2 brain cells to rub together and that doesn't have a clear fucking agenda against Graham Potter or any one of these players will know that that was just an absolute freak of a game, to be honest. And look, I'm not going to make excuses, because there's only so many excuses you can give for this team and for Graham Potter and for the run of form and the season we're having, really. There's only so many excuses you can give for it. But, I mean, the stats speak for themselves. I mean, even you didn't even have to watch the game to actually understand that. 69% of possession, obviously that's normal, so I won't read into it too much, because Chelsea do naturally dominate games, especially against teams like Aston Villa, who are going to just soak teams up and soak up pressure and hit teams on the break, which is exactly what they did today. 27 shots, 8 on target, and yeah, typical fucking Ollie Watkins, missing an absolute sitter just moments beforehand and then scoring arguably the harder one where he dinks it over Kepa. Just a complete miscommunication between Cucurella and Koulibaly for that goal. To be honest, I don't see why people are blaming Cucurella, sorry. I think if anything it's Koulibaly's fault. It's probably both of their faults, to be fair, but I think if you're going to blame one sole person, it is Koulibaly, because he should take initiative for that, call and say it's his ball and hit it clear. And yeah, that's why I mean, it's just a game where we absolutely fucking pepper Aston Villa with shots. Just can't buy a goal for love nor money today. The football gods just will not let us score today, and then Aston Villa go and score from an individual error and a long shot from 30 yards from a player who hasn't scored in, over a year, I think I heard the commentator say. So it's just one of those occasions where everything's going against you. The football gods just do not want you to win, and yeah, it's unfortunate that this has happened in a run of form where we can't really be making excuses, because we've been so bad. And if it gets to a stage where it's like, how many excuses can you actually give, like I said? But yeah, to be honest, I really just don't know what to say anymore. I mean, I really don't. We went through that run of form, like I said, with that win against Dortmund at home to get us through in the Champions League. Then we go on the weekend afterwards and get a really impressive away win against Leicester, where we were absolutely brilliant and took our chances and scored 3 beautiful goals. And then before those 2 games, we beat Leeds United 1-0 in a less than convincing performance, but it started what we could call a run, really. And then we go and concede 2 goals against Everton in a 2-2 draw, where you're just thinking, where the fucking hell have they come from? Especially the second goal, which came from absolutely nothing. And then straight after that, we lose a game 2-0 at home to Aston Villa, who get absolutely peppered. We don't take our chances. We create too many chances to count, to be honest, at this stage. And just concede, as I said, from an individual error and a long shot from 30 yards, which on another day probably goes into Rose's head. My head actually hurts. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I actually wish I was faking this reaction and faking the way I feel right now, but genuinely, I'm just so sick of it. And to be fair, we put out the most attacking lineup we could fucking humanely put out, to be fair, with one natural centre-back in Koulibaly, Cucurella and Reece James playing as the wide centre-backs, natural full-backs who are more inclined to go forward. Then we have Loftus-Cheek, who's obviously a more attacking player, playing right wing-back, and the same thing with Chilwell on the left-hand side, who's obviously a defender, but is more suited to left wing-back, in my opinion. We have 2 non-defensively orientated holding midfielders, or centre midfielders, sorry, in Enzo Fernandez and Mateo Kovacic. And yeah, you can see even from watching the game, there was countless times where Aston Villa were breaking, and it was literally just Koulibaly, lone warrior at the back. And we should have been out of sight in the first half if the players were more clinical, and it wouldn't have been an issue then, because yeah, like I said, it was literally creating chances every 30 seconds, really, and the odd Villa break that they got, that obviously they scored one of the goals from. To be honest, I'm just talking absolute shit this video, aren't I? I can't even process what I'm actually saying because I'm just so mentally fried, I'm not going to lie. I do stand by the fact I do feel bad for Graham Potter and don't think this defeat is on him whatsoever. Obviously, previous defeats have been on him. I think it's fair to say, or a lot of them have been on him, but I think, I think he's not blameless because he is the man behind it all, really, but I think it's very harsh to pin it solely on him, especially today against Aston Villa, where you hear the phrase said before, and I don't really like it too much, but he coached a 4-0 win, you could say. He really, really did. And yeah, it's just one of those games. And look, I understand Chelsea fans if you completely and utterly slate me in the comment section below for this one, because I know I'm in the vast minority in terms of my opinion on this one, especially when it comes to Graham Potter, so rival fans, don't take my opinion for gospel, or don't take it as I'm talking on the behalf of Chelsea fans, because I can most certainly say I am absolutely not. And yeah, it's just gotten to a stage now where it's like, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. I mean, when that shot from McGinn went in, I was actually overwhelmed and overcome by shock, to be fair. I was just looking at the screen and just thinking, absolutely no way this is happening now. And I actually just started smiling because I was like, you just could not write it. Like, you really, really could not write it. And to be honest, Aston Villa, fair play, they deserved their win. They counter-attacked absolutely brilliantly. They were clinical with their chances. They did get extremely lucky, in my opinion. Extremely lucky. But, look, they got the win at the end of the day, so I don't think they'll give a fuck. And yeah, you can say one thing that Unai Emery's made them. He's made them extremely resolute. He's made them extremely bastard-like, to be fair. I mean, you see today, the way they're flying into tackles, obviously as a Chelsea fan, when I'm watching the game, I'm getting really pissed off with the likes of Ashley Young, with the likes of Douglas Luiz, Boubacar Kamara, all those players who are just, lunging into tackles and just being dirty bastards. But you have to rate the shithousery element of it, and to be honest, it's working for Aston Villa because, yeah, they've been absolutely brilliant since Unai Emery's come in. So, and look, to be honest, the one thing I do say about the fans really is, how can the team and Graham Potter, but mainly the team, build confidence when they know that one bad result that goes against them, one semi-bad result that goes against them, they're getting hounded out again. They're getting absolutely abused by the fan base, and I think that's the one issue going against us right now over anything, is the confidence issue. Obviously, we got that, bounce of confidence from those 3 games against Leeds, Dortmund and Leicester, but after that game against Everton, the fans just completely and utterly jumped back on Graham Potter's back and the players' back, and yeah, we had to sit on that and fester on it for 2 weeks over the international break, which is not healthy in the slightest. And yeah, that's just carried over today with the 2-0 win against 2-0 loss, against Aston Villa. And yeah, it's going to be 10 times worse now, because if we don't get a result against Liverpool, if we don't beat Liverpool, or get a draw where we play absolutely brilliantly against them, absolute minimum, the fans are going to be, it's going to be a toxic place, Stamford Bridge, if it isn't already. And yeah, I really do worry right now, to be fair. I really do, because the whole vibe around the club right now is absolutely in the gutter. I've never seen it this bad. And look, there's one player that didn't have a good game whatsoever, I think it's fair to say, but I am going to defend him, Mykhailo Mudryk. And yeah, you can just see the effects of the pressure from his price tag and his start at Chelsea so far. Obviously, he's only got 1 goal contribution in his first 7 games before today. It now makes it 8 games, obviously. But you can see the pressure on his shoulders, especially from that one-on-one, where obviously it'll get memed all over TikTok and over Twitter and over Instagram, which I don't give a f***, to be fair, because all you brainless fools will not be saying a bad word about Mykhailo Mudryk in 2 years' time when he's an absolute baller, to be fair. And I fully still back the guy. I really do. I think he's going to be an absolutely brilliant player. I think he just needs things to click from at this moment in time, and I think that he's just unfortunate with the fact that Chelsea overall are an absolute meme as a club right now. And yeah, it's well easier to notice players like Mudryk having a bad time when the whole club is going through a bad period. So I still believe in Mudryk. I think that even in his general play today, you can see there's a bit of nerves, maybe a lack of sharpness overall. And the thing is about Mudryk, I think the one thing that you can say will carry him through this barren run is he has it up here. You can definitely tell he has it up here in terms of his football IQ. And yeah, you can go a lot of places with a football IQ, especially when you have the ability that translates into his feet with Mykhailo Mudryk. And yeah, as I said, I fully back the guy, and I'm sure 99% of Chelsea fans who actually think with a sane mind and level-headed mind will think the exact same as me. So yeah, Mykhailo Mudryk, we are still very much behind you, my friend. And I'm sorry if I just seem like an absolute downer in this video, to be fair, because to be honest, I actually have no energy in general. I actually have no energy to do this video. So yeah, we have Liverpool at home on Tuesday. Just to be fair, our Premier League season's dead at this stage. We might as well just not even think about it anymore. Like, if we win, yay. If we lose, I mean, That's the only thing about our Premier League season, is theoretically we should be on the beach. Really, to be fair, we really should be, given the fact that we've got absolutely fuck all to play for in the league, with a Champions League to play for. But unfortunately, when you're Chelsea Football Club and when you have the Chelsea fans like we have right now that are completely and utterly up Graham Potter's arse crack, it doesn't work like that. And yeah, that's why, even though the players mentally might not be completely up for it in the Premier League in comparison to how much they'll be up for it against Real Madrid, you'd hope anyway, they still have to deliver in the Premier League, because otherwise they are going to have Chelsea fans pretty much getting the pitchforks out and yeah, over a competition that we do not give a about. I mean, if you look at the average positions, I'll put it up on screen, because we have 3 players in our own half on the average positions. Do you know how fucking insane that is? I mean, I guess the one thing, Chelsea fans, you cannot say about Graham Potter is you cannot argue that he tried to attack the absolute living daylights out of Aston Villa today, because that is insane. 8 players in Aston Villa's half, and Kai Havertz, who is our striker, was basically nearly in their penalty area for his average position. So if that doesn't show how fucking much we dominated the game, I don't know what will. And Graham Potter's intense from the start, so that's the one thing you really can't give out about him, to be fair. Man, I cannot wait for next season. I really, really can't, because to be honest, I had faith for us against Real Madrid, to be fair. And look, maybe it's just me talking because I'm just absolutely dead in the mud in terms of my mentality right now with regards to the club. But can you see us beating Real Madrid over 2 legs? Can you be honest? Can you see us beating a Real Madrid team with Karim Benzema, Vinicius Jr., Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Militao, Rudiger, Courtois? Oh my days. And not only that, but it's a Real Madrid team as well who just do not know when they are beaten and have that Champions League pedigree absolutely injected into their f***ing veins. This might be one of the worst videos I have ever done. I can't lie. I just don't know what to say. Like, I really don't. And this season, I would say, has officially become worse than 2015-16. If you really deep with Chelsea fans, do you agree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. I mean, I was only, 14 when 15-16 happened, but I can't remember it being this bad, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, we finished 10th that year. Probably will finish around 10th this season. I still think we'll finish maybe 8th or 9th, but I wouldn't blame you for calling me delusional and saying that, to be fair. I mean, where do we go, like? I think we'll just leave it there, to be fair, because I'm just kind of like, what's the point, really? So yeah, guess we'll leave it at that. See you on Tuesday. Up the chows.